Dear all, Namaste. It's me, Yasvi Tamrakar, and we are here in the program of International Discourse of OSNEPAL. So today we have the special guest, Mrs. Professor Dr. Shaila Bantanur, and she is the director of BMS School of Architecture, Bangalore. She holds 2 master degrees in architecture and a doctoral degree from the Indian Institutes of Technology. She is a life member of the Council of Architecture and also a member of the Institute of Architects. She has more than 20 years of experience as a researcher. To welcome Dr. Sailaji. You are most welcome to the International Discourse, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you so much for inviting me for this platform.
Okay, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Yeah.
Okay, how the days are going on?
Uh, Basically, nowadays it's a really busy schedule because we are having an admissions now going on.
Yes.
So those all, the meetings and discussions are all happening. Some awareness program we are conducting, especially for those who are the new parents.
Okay, and Dr. Saila, what is the connection between BMS School of Architecture and Saila?
Okay,
Especially.
so yeah, basically I'm Dr. Shaila Bantanur, Director of BMS School of Architecture. So BMSSA, it stands for BMS School of Architecture.
Yes.
Just to give you a brief about BMS, BMS is a very old institutions, I should say. They have started in the year 1946. It's 1 year before the independence of India. So they are the first one to start the private engineering college in entire state, even in India. So that is how the BMS stands for. And we presently we have around 10 more institutions, and BMS School of Architecture is one amongst them.
Okay, how do we contact BMSSA?
We have our own website, BMS School of Architecture. You can write it on the Google, and you will be directed to the BMS School of Architecture website, and you will
Yes.
get every details, in terms of the who are the trustees, who are the organization chart, and then whom to contact for admission and examination related. All the contact details are there on our website.
Okay, and ma'am, what is the average package for BMSSA?
Okay, now I would like to, explain in other way around. Basically, BMS School of Architecture or any architectural program,
Mhm.
it is a professional program. It's a 5 year professional program, and we don't have as such, the regular placements the way the engineering and all that they do it. But definitely, we started the similar process in the last year, and we are getting very good response from a lot of good organization, even MNCs and all that. So this is a very nascent stage, but
Mhm.
still we got a very good package last time, around 10 to 15 package. That difference, the firms were offered for, but it's a very just it's a beginning, I should say.
Okay, we course in master's program based in architecture.
Okay. Yes, it's a really good question because earlier, since it was a professional course, the people used to think about only BArch is it's enough, and no, it's not like that. Now we have a lot of master's program. We have landscape architecture, we have conservation, we have building energy efficiency, and a lot of programs are there. And I personally feel building energy efficiency is a very relevant because a lot of climate change issues we are all witness on that. So I feel building energy efficiency is good for to go for the master. But again, it all depends on individual interest and the expertise.
So, Dr. Sailaji, do you have a placement and a training set?
Yes, we formulated a placement and training cell, and I would like to a little bit more elaborate on this point. We have three different heads under the placement and training cell. The students who wanted to go for the higher education, we specially train them for the right from the first semester onwards, and also we do contact a lot of big firms, not only in Karnataka, but even in rest of the state, and they
Mhm.
do have a placement. So that is also one platform we are giving it to the students, and one more domain which we are open up to the students, that the students who doesn't want to go on a main core branch, but there are a lot of allied fields like journalism, photography, and that also we do focus, and that kind of a training also we provide at our school.
Okay. Do you have any rank or accreditation?
Yes, in fact, this is the first independent architecture school in Karnataka state in India, who went
Mhm.
for the accreditation, and then we got really good accreditation. That is a NAC accreditation, which is nowadays, it's good to have a NAC accreditation. So we got very good accreditation as far as accreditation is considered.
Okay. You have the vast knowledge in architecture in this field. So
Yeah.
I'm going to ask you, is architecture better than BBA?
Basically, if you come, it's not we cannot compare two programs, but definitely
Yeah.
architecture has its own way of, practicing it. But definitely, BBA or, management skill is also important for our field because it's more of a professional oriented. Law and, the management skills are important. The students who wanted to pursue the management, they can even go for after the graduation, and it will help for the profession. But whereas they both act as an independent profession, and their scope and um, they're all different actually.
Okay. What is the hostel fees of BMSSA? You know,
Okay.
ma'am,
Yes.
especially the person who are from the weak background and who are economically weak, they
Okay.
can't afford the high, the amounts.
Okay. Now we have in the hostel, we have a different type of a room, especially the
Like,
normal rooms, and then we have even the special rooms, and then also we have a ICD rooms, which is especially for the international students. So we
okay.
have it ranges, every year it changes, but it all depends on, it all includes even hostel and then the mess fees. So it starts from around 1,40,000 to 1,85,000. This is the last
Mhm.
year data which I'm giving you.
Okay. How many seats are there in BMSSA?
Yes. Now, if you see the architectural school structure, the intake varies from even sometimes 20, 40, and 60, 80, and 120. Even there are very few schools which are having 160 intake. But I'm proud to say that BMS School of Architecture is having a highest intake of 120, which is a big school.
Okay. Is architecture is a good career?
Yes, since I mentioned about it's a professional oriented course,
Mm-hmm.
you can do your own private practice, like how the medical profession is there. But apart from that, there are a lot of public and private sectors where there are opportunities, and also you can go for higher education, and then you can come back and then do your own practice, or again you can work for as an educational institutions. So there are a lot of various opportunities you can go for, and also there are allied fields where even you can take that as a career, like you can do CAT and then go for IIMs and all that. And also in masters, little bit allied fields, photography, you can take it as a passion and then as a career. Even many students are taking even the journalism as one of the important field as a career.
Okay. Is it hard to study architecture?
Basically, you have to have a passion. It is completely different from any other engineering school. You have a lot of other subjects like the history, humanities, and structures, climate, and building materials. So there are a lot of other fields, and it's
Mhm.
not hard. It's you're really interested. It's really good. It requires a lot of exposure. It's not like you can sit in a corner of a room and then you can do your study. It's not like that. Architecture, where the exposure is more important, you need to meet the people, you need to understand the spaces. You need to understand the culture, tradition of the space. So everything, it's overall the holistic approach we do give it in architecture field, and it's really interesting. It's not at all boring.
Okay. Can we get direct admission in BMSSA from outside India?
Yes. If As I mentioned, there is a 120 intake. In out of 120, there are three categories. One is under the
Mhm.
common entrance test, which is for the students of Karnataka state, and
Okay.
another one is the COMEDK, which is applicable for both Karnataka and even non-Karnataka students, and which is not applicable for even outside India students. But the third category, which is a management, which we have around 30 seats, uh, it has opportunity where the students from abroad, they can come. In fact, I am glad to say that the last year we got one student from Nepal, and so he's now in the second year. So, but only the limitation is we have only 30 seats for the students outside India.
What is the special package for Nepalese students?
Can you repeat the question? What is the
What is the
question?
special package for Nepalese students?
Okay, now as such, the it all it is the same platform. We haven't even worked on that aspect. The platform is given for all. The all the placement, all the thing, all the opportunities. It is equal for all the national and international students.
Okay. Is BMSSA good for architecture?
Yes, it is for architecture only. BMSSA stands for BMS School of Architecture.
Mhm.
And the BMS stands for BMS Srinivasaya. He is the founder of this educational institution.
How is the life at BMS School of Architecture? How good is it academically, ma'am?
Okay. The life at BMSSA is, I should say, it's wonderful. They really students enjoy here. Not only we do focus on only academics, but also co-curricular and extracurricular activities. And apart
Mhm.
from that, we do have a research and consultancy cell here, and
Mhm.
placement cell, and there are a lot of study tours, which includes both national and international. And apart from that, we have our own in-house counselor here if at all they are having any issues, but most of the time we don't need that kind of a facilities. But we have a lot of studio based exercise, it's and a lot of group exercises, and students do go for a lot of site visits. It's completely full of fun, I should say. And I personally do focus not only on like they should study only the academic, but we do include lot of those courses which are relevant for the industry. And since
Mhm.
BMS has its own brand, so we have lot of the architect, very renowned architect, through which we do continuous discussion, and then we get whatever the requirement which is for the industry, and we host those kind of programs at our school.
Well, and does BMSSA have entrance exam?
No, because it is not in university, it is affiliated to university. So
Okay.
that is the reason. But apart from that, the NATA, the Council of Architecture, conducts its own examination. So whoever even wanted to come from even abroad, they have to write that entrance examination, which is the NATA. NATA is a test. So they have to write that. So if they clear that, there is a benchmark, and then if they pass, they can come through the BMSSA.
Okay. What is the procedure to take admission in BMS School of Architecture?
Okay, as I mentioned, there are three ways to take the admission to BMS School of Architecture. One is through CET, that is the common entrance test. That is a portal where if you are clear about NATA, you will get the CET counseling round and you will get the admission. The second one is the COMEDK. COMEDK is another platform where the Karnataka and non-Karnataka students through counseling they can come through the admission. And then the third one is under the management quota, where the students are free to come for the admission, provided they write the NATA examination, and they should qualify in that.
If we go through the BMSSA, Dr. Shaila has a very great connection, strong connection. Nationally, internationally, you have a good position. So,
Yeah.
who is Dr. Shaila Bantanur?
Okay. So basically, um,
Yes.
I am actually playing a major role in the institution as a director. I have a lot of responsibility to take this to both, as you mentioned, to national and international heights. And I have a very good background, educational background, which is I own from IIT Roorkee. I did my PhD from IIT Roorkee. I'm sure many of people are aware of what are the IITs with respect to India. Those are Indian Institute of Technology. Those are national importance school. So that is how I'm connected to BMS School of Architecture and playing a vital role to take it to the another height.
Okay, what is the special message to the Nepalese students from Dr. Shaila?
Uh, can you just repeat the question? I couldn't.
No, what is the special message to the Nepalese students from
Okay.
Dr. Shaila?
Yes. Basically, I should. I'm so glad that I'm already connected with Nepal.
Yes.
You must be knowing the Kathmandu University. Before, I think
Of
around
course.
4 or 5 years back, I personally came to Kathmandu University and we signed MOU with Kathmandu University. And we have done the research on two of the Bhaktipur and one more village to understand the Nepal, the heritage and apart from that, the traditional architecture. And so I'm already connected with Nepal, and still I'm working with that project. And definitely I warmly welcome all the students from Nepal because it's a neighboring country, and we have a really good platform to showcase them, like to make their life more ease, and then experience a lot of both academic and the co-curricular and curricular activities, whatever is happening at BMS School of Architecture.
I'm really very happy for having this special conversation with you. Thank you
Yeah.
so much for sharing your significant time, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you so much for calling. Thank you.
Says Dr. Shaila Bantanur, who is the director of MBS School of Architecture. Keep watching OSNEPAL. Thank you so much.
Thank you.